Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining this new webinar from AccuBox. Here with us is Marcos Chacon, the engineer from AccuBox. Marcos, good morning.
Hi, Miguel. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to this webinar. Within this couple of minutes, we're going to start deploying our first AccuBots project in community mode. So just let me know where can I start.
Thanks, Marcos. As you know, friends, we are going to give just around a couple of minutes just to wait if someone else is going to join us. So just wait these couple of minutes and we are going to start. Thank you. As you can see in your screen, you know that you have a question panel. So if you have any doubts, any questions, you are free to ask us, and Marcus is going to help us with the answers.
Yeah, of course. There's no problem about it. Any question, any doubt, you can let us know, and we're going to get back to all of you as soon as possible with the corresponding answer.
And before to start, I have two small reminders. The first one is that we have stock in all our warehouse. I mean, in El Paso, San Antonio, Orlando, and Florida, Miami. So if you have a project close to sell, so just come to our offices and we are going to we'll be very happy to give you the products. And the second reminder is remember that every time that you purchase any AccuBox product from us, please send me an email to register you an account so you will be able to use this platform, ucloud.accubox.com. And in the same reminder, please send me all the MAC address of your devices so I can register in our account and you can use it in the account that I'm going to set up to you. So, Marcus, I think we can start now.
Okay. Well, thank you every single one for joining us in this AccuBots webinar. Like I told you a few minutes ago, we're going to start deploying our first AccuBots project in community mode. So let's start. Well, the first step is creating the community, clicking here in new, and this is going to be displayed, the new community for setting up the community information. In this case, I'm going to set up AccuBots community. Uh, what about the community address is going to be located in United States. We can set up for Florida. Maybe for Florida. Okay, the postcode, I'm going to make it up just for showing purposes. And district. Okay, right now I'm going to set up New York time. The day format is up to you. Remind you have three different options. So according to which one you want to use, all right? The time format, if it is 24 or 12 hours, I'm going to leave it in 24. And the feature plan, you're going to set for basic or premium, reminding you the basic plan, you need to use a monitor device per each apartment, okay? But if you set up the community for being premium, you don't need to use a monitor, okay? So this way you will be able, the customer will be able to use the monitor, the application, or both at the same time, okay? Now for landline service, in this
Marcos,
case, yeah,
Marcos, sorry to interrupt. I just want to say something about this.
all right.
Remember, if, well, in this case, it's just for a residential an office. Remember, if you are going to use monitors in all the apartments, you don't need to pay the license. But if someone only want to use the app, so everyone needs to pay the plan, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's correct, Miguel. That's the difference between basic and premium plan, basically. All right. Well, uh, taking back, the landline service for this case, I'm going to leave it off. I'm going to turn it off because we're not going to use it. Right. Clicking in next, you will see the community call. So if I turn it on, it means that people will be able to use the app for communicating among them. It is like a kind of social media where neighbors can call each other using the Smart Plus application. Okay, the permission for access control management. Well, public and private area. That way, if the property manager lays out a PIN code for a specific tenants, these tenants will be able to use this PIN code into public and private area. The contact display order. Well, in this case, I'm going to leave it first name and last name. The PIN access mode is going to be PIN. If you want to use a double authentication, you can use APT plus PIN. And this is then the example. If I set up apartment 101 and I have 1234 as PIN, well, I need to enter my apartment number plus my PIN code in order to get access to the building. Okay, AccuVela Smart Home, we're not going to use it, so let's leave it this way. And finally, scan indoor monitor QR code to register app account. Always enabled, that way it's easier for the customer to use the Smart Plus to scan the QR code, which is sent through the email address in order to log into the application. Okay, let's click on Submit. As you can see right now, our community is already done. Now we just need to set up the buildings. Let's come here. Okay, you can see the public area is already showed. Now let's lay out our first apartment, first building, sorry. Okay, first building is going to be building number 1. All right. Well, in public area, we're gonna add our interconnect unit. Okay, in this case, the device type is going to be a multi-tenant door phone. I'm going to copy the MAC and paste it up here. Okay, this is the unit MAC. And in this case, it's going to, well, I'm going to do it main entrance. Okay, well, this option will allow the customers to monitor this device, the camera, from a Smart Plus. So I'm going to leave it in, I'm going to enable it. Okay, well, in this case, if I have multiple buildings, building 1, 2, and 3, when I disable this, it will ask me to add what buildings are going to be shown in the directory. So if I have multiple devices into the public area, but I want device number 1 to show just building 8, I just click building 1 and add it. If I want the second unit to show just the residents into the building number 2, I'm going to be the same, but with the building number 2. And that way, you are going to be able to set up the devices according to your needs. Okay, well, I'm going to use this one. And finally, the relays. Okay, so if we're using just a single door, we have relay 1. But if we're going to have the multiple doors, maybe for people, but also for vehicles, I can add a second relay from the cloud, right? And I can use this for name the relay. That way, people in the application will see what is the door they're going to unlock. Right, I'm going to set up main entrance, this one, and this is going to be vehicle. All right, and finally, DTMF code, you see by default, it is hashtag and then number 0. This is in case people want to use the landline service to receive the call through a regular phone call. So the moment they pick the call, they will be able to unlock the relay 1 using pressing the hashtag key, or the relay number 2 pressing the number 0. Okay. Oh, one more thing is, according to what you need to use, you can enable or disable this access method. So if you want for example, relay number 1 to be unlocked just through facial ID, you can disable this. Or according what is the access method that you want to use to unlock the relay. Okay. Clicking submit. Okay, now you can see the status for the first unit is online, which means it is already registered in the system. Please double check. You will be able to see the SIP account, the public area device, the firmware, the product information, and the network information. Now let's go back. Let's click on building number 1, and then we're going to start laying out our apartments. I'm going to set up 2 different apartments, one for using just application, and the second one is just using the monitor. All right. Okay, let's set up the first apartment. Okay, apartment number 1 is going to be in the floor, first floor. Okay, first floor. Okay, APT number, well, it is going to be number 10. So it means that people or the visitors can enter the number 10 and press the dial button, and that way the unit will call to the apartment number 10. If I set up 101, they need to enter 101 or search in the directory list for apartment 101. Okay, APT 101, sorry, 10. Okay, we don't need to use web relay because this is a third-party device. Contact preference, well, according to the customer need, can be as a group call or sequence call, but you can leave it in group call because the master account will be able to switch the contact preference from SmartPlus. Okay, the call type, well, you can set SmartPlus and indoor monitor at the same time if they're using both, okay, the app and the device, or they can use the indoor monitor with SmartPlus as backup, which means that the outer station will call to the indoor monitor, and if nobody answers the indoor monitor, it will call to SmartPlus. Okay, I always recommend to use SIP call because not all devices are into the same network. And finally, don't take this. Oh, okay. Adding the resident. Okay, let's add the resident. It's going to be Accubots 1. The email address is going to be accubots@gmail.com, and I'm going to make up the email. Okay, this is basically what you need to register the first resident or the main resident, first name, last name, and the email address. Okay, the language is going to be according to the customer, what customer wants. Can be English, Spanish, for most of the cases for this part of the world. But this is basically how the system will send the welcome message in English, Spanish, or any other language that you can prefer. All right. You can also set your mobile number in order to log into the application using an SMS code. So you can use your email address to receive the QR code, or you can use your mobile number to receive the SMS code to log into the application. Anyone, all right? It will work the same way. Okay, let's click on submit. You can see now we have our first apartment, and now let's go to create our second apartment, which is going to have an indoor monitor. In this case, I'm going to set up apartment number 20. It's going to be in the second floor. Okay, APT 20. All right, I'm going to list this one the same way. Okay. In this case, this apartment will have both the app, but also the monitor. So Accubots number 2, Accubots 2, 3, gmail.com. All right. Okay, now we already have the apartments created. We also have the residents added into the apartments. And now we also need to add or monitor into the apartment. Okay. We already have the outer station right here, which means that building people in living in building number 1 are going to be able to see and monitor this unit. But we're not going to add the monitors into the public area because we don't want any people to be able to call to a private unit. So in order to avoid this, we need to come here to the apartment settings. And you can see that if you scroll down, you will see the family members. Installers can add the family members from this platform. But keep in mind that because the main resident, in this case, Acubats 2, will be able to add 3 additional family members from Smart Plus, all right? So, well, in order to add the monitor, we need to come here to intercom devices area into the apartment. Now let's click on it. The device type, in this case, is going to be an indoor monitor. We need to copy the MAC. I'm going to paste the MAC here. Okay, in this case, kitchen monitor. Okay, so kitchen monitor. All right. When I click submit, okay, that's good. Well, now we have the outdoor station unit, which is going to be able to call to every single one into the apartment, into the building number 1, or in case that we have multiple buildings, visitors can search in the directory list, or if they know the apartment number, they can enter the apartment number and press the dial button to call directly to the apartment. And finally, we also have the possibility to add third-party devices such as Dormakaba, Salto, and IT Lock, but also third-party cameras. How do we set up a third-party camera? In this case, I'm using a Hikvision model, okay, but it is not going to be, there's no need to use Hikvision, all right? You can use a different brand in case that you. Okay, let's click on new. Okay, device name, I don't know, maybe parking camera. Okay, besides parking camera, all right. Now RTSP address. Well, I'm going to use this one, all right? Which, oh, sorry. To use, okay, in my case, is 2, and the port number is 554. Okay. Well, RTSP by default, the port number is 554. So if you are using, in case you are using a different port number, you need to double check your settings. All right. Username, well, this for me is mine. I'm going to set up the password. All right. Allow users to monitor this device. Yeah, I will allow people to monitor the third-party camera, which is going to be linked to my outdoor station, right? Okay, monitoring terminal, Smart Plus, indoor monitor and guard phone, only Smart Plus, on indoor monitors. Well, if people are using just Smart Plus, you can set up only Smart Plus. If they're using Smart Plus and some others are using monitor, it's up to the installer, but also up to the community, how they want to be able to monitor the third-party device. I'm going to set up Smart Plus Plus indoor monitor. I'm going to link it to any device. In this case, well, so far I don't have. Yeah, I did something wrong here. Let me check. Yeah, I did something wrong. It's public area. I need to go into third party in public area, camera. Okay, parking, camera, RTSP to the exit side. No. Okay, it is compulsory for outdoor station and third party camera to be into the same network. Okay, admin, and right. Okay, if I click, okay, now I got it. Okay, I'm going to click here, submit, add insert seat, and that's it. you can see it is easy for you to set up a community project, all right? Just by adding the buildings, adding the apartments, then adding the indoor station unit into the same apartment, into the each apartment, according which one is going to use it. And finally, adding the main resident. And that's how we finally set the community. Well, Miguel, this is pretty much a basic example, but it's going to work for the viewers uh, about how to set up a community, no matter if it is multiple buildings or just a single building. It is the same step for all buildings. Okay. But this is pretty much how you set up the community project from the installer account. And the last step that you can do is coming here to the dashboard and adding the property manager. That way the property manager will be able to set up access groups, or in the case the customers forgot the password for logging to the app, the property manager will be able to reset the password for sending a new email address with new credentials to get access to the Smart Plus. They can do it from the property manager. You just need to come here, add in the property manager, okay, first name, the last name, and the email address. And then after this is done, you need to come here to this icon. You can see here like a person in purple. Click on it, click edit, and then choosing who is going to be the property manager for this project. When I click add and then submit, this means that this person I got here will be able to log in as property manager to manage this community, all right? They can get access using the same link, all right? ucloud.activates.com. This person will see in the inbox an email address from ActiveBoss letting him know what is the credential they need to use to log in as property manager to start handling the community, to start management. Okay. So, well, this is pretty much the community. All right. I hope this is really helpful for you all. And well, if you have any doubts, any questions, you can let us know in order to get back to you with the corresponding answer. Okay.
Thanks, Marcos. Well, as you can see, the configuration for a community is so simple. It only took Marcos around maybe 15 minutes, around 20 minutes. So just in case if you have any questions, please let us know now. If not, you can send me an email. My email is miguel.ruiz@epcom.net. Any doubts, any questions, please let us know. And next month, we are going to have another session. It's gonna be same as today. We are going to configure it another kind of project, maybe with more apartments, maybe for another one building. The configuration is pretty much the same, but it's good to know that we have here the support with Marcos and with me. So please let us know if you have any doubts.
Yeah.
Marcos, we are. Let's give just a couple of minutes if someone has another question because right now we are using different platforms. I mean, we are using Zoom, but our customers can see in our web page or in our social media in YouTube. So just let's wait if someone has another question, one question in the other platforms, please.
Yeah, no problem, I guess. Well, just for let the viewers know, in the next webinar, as you can, as you told them, we're gonna do another project, maybe a community project with multiple buildings and multiple apartments. We can also use the template to lay out the community from an Excel file. So maybe in the next webinar we can use the template to let them know how to fill up the template boxes.
Well, Marcos, looks like the information was very clear, pretty well explained. Thanks so much for that. Looks like we don't have questions, so now it's time to say goodbye to you and for to all of our customers. Marcos, thank you so much for your time.
No
We really
problem, no
appreciate
problem,
it.
Miguel. We're we're hoping for the next webinar. We're gonna deploy a different kind of project in order to let them know more tools they can use for keeping up with ActiveWatch.
Perfect. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for joining us, and we can keep in touch. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.